Good morning, folks, and welcome to the first in a multi-part series. This is the Marketing Automation Migration series. I am moving my marketing automation / email marketing from one vendor to another. And as I posted on my personal Facebook account, I figured if anyone wanted to follow along, you're welcome to. So this is the first in a multi-series part as I go through the process of doing the migration. Now, a couple things up front. Why am I doing this? Well, my vendor is end-of-lifing the product I've been using for almost 10 years now. I've been using a product called Publicaster from what used to be Blue Sky Factory, which was acquired by What Counts back in 2011. And they've kept the product going for probably longer than they should have because running two enterprise systems is tough. And I just got an email the other day from the CEO of What Counts saying we are spinning off Publicaster, selling it off to a third party company, and focusing all of our efforts on their core product, which I completely applaud them for. It's the right business decision to make. But it is a good indicator that it's probably time to move on from just a pure email marketing system. It's time to get modern. I use marketing automation every day at Shift Communications, and the benefits of a strong marketing automation system are really difficult to overstate. You get things like email marketing, of course, but you also get landing pages, lead scoring, and a bunch of other things. So let's talk about the process. The first thing we need to do when we're evaluating which system we want to go to is look at the market and see what's out there. What am I looking for? What benefits do I want? The first step in this process is to identify what things do I want. I want three things. I want email marketing. I want landing pages that allow me to customize campaign-specific pages without having to spin up lots of additional pages. And I want lead scoring. Lead scoring is important even for a small business, actually especially for a small business, because we need to focus on quality and quantity. We absolutely need lots of audience. We need lots of people to pay attention. We need lots of people to engage. But we also need to know who the best customers are, who the people who purchase the most. And I have that data anecdotally now from my e-commerce system and stuff like that, but having it all in one spot would be a super handy thing to do. I would want to know, for example, who is the most frequent sharer of my stuff. If building out things like influencer lists, a marketing automation system can help us do that at a personally identifiable level, which web analytics tools like Google Analytics currently, you can't do that in a personally identifiable way. You can track individual user data, but you can't identify them unless you provide the user IDs. And that may be something I want to do as well. I may want to integrate my marketing automation system with a membership style system, in which case I could track data up and down the customer journey. Now, what are some of the considerations? The big consideration really is cost. Cost is most marketing automation software costs $1,000 a month or more. I am a small business. The ChristopherSpenn.com is a small business. It is as Gary Vaynerchuk puts, it's the side hustle. It's a side job. Is not the day job, and so I'm sending about 15 to 16,000 emails a week, which is about 60,000 emails a month. But I'm making less than $5,000 a month on the products I sell, and that's okay. Again, side hustle, beer money. It's not a bad thing. I'm certainly not going to invest a lot of time scaling it to go bigger because that's not where I am right now in my life. So side hustle, but that also means that $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month marketing automation system is out of the question. I need something that's a little bit on the less expensive side. A couple things that set me apart and it will change my decision-making process compared to the average small business are a couple of differentiators. Number one, I can code. I can write code. I'm not great at it, but I'm good enough to get things working and to customize stuff if I need it to be customized. Number two, I can manage and maintain IT infrastructure very well. That's what I used to do. Before I was a marketer, I was an IT guy, setting up servers, web servers and email servers and stuff. So that stuff is not foreign to me, and is a considerable cost savings because I don't have to hire anyone to do that. And number three, because of the work that I do every day in my day job at Shift, I can operate marketing automation software of just about any kind relatively quickly, as long as the interface is intelligent and modern. I can choose a system that is complex at first, but I can make it work. So let's look at the options. If you do a search for small business marketing automation and you restrict it to the last year, there's a whole bunch of articles and stuff like that. If we cruise through these, people are talking about all these different tools that are out there. There's MailChimp, Sales Pilot, and stuff like that, and you look around and you see there's a decent number of roundups you can find. Infusionsoft comes up a lot, MailChimp comes up a lot, and such. Let's take a look at some of the pricing. So for Pardot, which is sort of, I'm a B2B company when you think about it. I am selling to other marketers. I'm selling marketing stuff to marketers, so that makes me very much B2B. I'm not selling to the average consumer. Which means that a marketing automation system or a piece of software is going to work really well for me. By the way, that doesn't mean that B2C people are out of luck, by no means. Because again, do you want to know your best customers? If the answer is yes, then you need marketing automation. Pardot is sort of the gold standard when it comes to B2B marketing automation. It is run by Salesforce now. It was purchased by ExactTarget, and then ExactTarget got purchased by Salesforce. It's one of the three big names you'll hear in marketing automation. The second one, of course, is Marketo. Marketo is, again, a major B2B and B2C player out there. They have all kinds of crazy features in their software. It's very, very robust. And the third one that you'll hear a lot is Oracle Marketing Cloud, which used to be called Eloqua. And again, these packages, you're now talking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. On the lower end, as I mentioned, there is MailChimp. If you look at MailChimp, their pricing is very, very easy. So I have about 15,000 subscribers, give or take. And it says the growing business recommended. So that's going to cost me $150 a month for 15,000 subscribers. That's still a decent chunk of money, and that's only email. If I add on the pro stuff, then I'm going to need another $199 a month for basic marketing automation, which is what they have built into their product. It's pretty decent. I mean, it's a good quality software, but again, very, very expensive for someone who's making less than $5,000 a month. And then finally, of course, is Infusionsoft, which is also another major player in the small business market. And here, again, they go by the number of contacts and emails. I have somewhere between 10 and 20,000 contacts, and I send somewhere between 50 and 100,000. So I'm probably going to end up at the $600 a month level. Well, those are really about all your options. Until I became aware of a piece of software called Mautic about 6 months ago. Mautic is open source software. It is open source marketing automation. You have to download the software yourself and install it on a server, or you can use a self-hosted version for about $12 a month. And in order to make it work best, you need to use a third-party email backend. It can send from your server, but there's a crap ton of work in setting up all that stuff. So Mautic is best paired with Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services has a tool called the Amazon Simple Email Service. Let's sign into... So deep within the massive, massive cloud of Amazon services is the simple send and receive email service. The pricing on this is astonishingly low. It works out to about $5, I think, per 10,000 emails or something along those lines. So if we were to pair up Mautic plus Amazon, that gives us a really, really impressive and powerful combination. So that's what we're going to do. I will upgrade and probably pay for the $12 a month hosting, because I don't, even though I can run a server, it's not the best use of my time. So we've covered the first couple of parts in today's introductory episode about the choices I'm making, why I'm going with Mautic, what Mautic needs for the back end. So I need to go configure this stuff. The next step in the next episode, we're going to do inventorying. Then after that, deploying, migration, and then powering down the old system. And I suspect, particularly on the deployment section, that's going to be several episodes. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this series. I hope you find it useful in your own small business efforts. And hopefully this table setting episode gives you a sense of why I'm making the choices that I'm making, which I know one of my readers, Amy Port, asked me about. So enjoy, and I'll catch you for the next episode on inventorying your existing email marketing software and marketing automation strategy.